What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're actually going to be installing the Skunk2 intake on my SI. For right now, we already got a head start and started taking off the bumper, and that's going to pretty much be the first step. Afterwards, I'm going to be taking out the intake right here. I'm going to be making room. I'm going to be cleaning it up. I'm not really going to be filming that because everybody already knows what to do right here for this step. For right now, Kevin's actually going to be helping me add. What are you going to add?
Some connectors, male, female. Spade connectors.
Yeah, because back when I didn't know anything about cars, I had somebody install my fog lights, and they did it pretty ghetto. So we're gonna go ahead and take care of all this before we start the actual install. So just to give you a quick rundown, I took about 4 bolts on the bottom of the bumper, so one right there, one on the bottom, and I just mirrored it right here. We took off the fog lights. Kevin's gonna be doing his magic right here so it can be easier to take off the bumper next time. We actually put the car on ramps just so I can get underneath it. It's not all the way up, but front wheel drive is gonna make it flush all the way back, so it's chill. And we're going to need to take off the intake. First, we need to take off the battery, and you should be good to go from there. So there's no chronological order that you need to do this. We're gonna take off the intake. Then we're gonna take off this leftover housing tubing that came with the stock intake that I never took out just because I'm still running the short ramp. So really simple. I mean, I'm not gonna show any of this. I'll start filming again once I get down to this part. Battery's right there.
Brake fluid is dirty.
Yeah, don't worry about my brake fluid. Just worry about doing this first. So we're gonna be taking all this out right here. We're not really gonna be following the Skunk2 directions out on paper. We're gonna be following the video that they have offered on YouTube. Link will be in the description. This is not gonna be a detailed video. I'm gonna do my best to do as best as I can with Kevin on explaining what we're doing at what time, but I apologize in advance if we cannot make that happen. Taking the ECU bracket off. That is a 14mm, by the way. One thing you guys gotta make sure that you guys don't mess up on is as you take it off, Kevin, you wanna take it off real quick? Push down. Let me focus on that. And see how that comes out?
Full
and yeah, and the whole thing, you wanna just take the whole thing out now? It all comes out. On the instructions and on the video, you just see the guy taking it out. Well, this is how you really do it. And I know there's a in the forums on the 8th gen community, but just letting you guys know, that's how you take out the ECU. Don't force it, it just comes out pretty easily. Next step, you guys gotta remove the ECU bracket right here. Really easy, I think that's a 10mm. Yeah, so that's a 10mm.
Should be, it looks like it.
Yeah, all the bolts get mixed up, but don't worry about it, it's fine. Oh, this comes out.
We gotta remove this, because it's back there too.
I think that's why they say you need to get underneath the fender liner. Whoa! You remove that bolt from the bracket, and then there's an extra bolt back there that we need to take out. Right there, you can see it right there. That needs to come out. The funny thing about this, guys, is we figure out how to do it, put it back in place, and then Kevin shows you how to take it out properly. That way we're not looking like idiots on camera. So what he did was he's gonna adjust this fuse box, and he's gonna pretty much wiggle it out of place so that you can get to that bolt back there, which, as he does,
push out on the tabs away from the fuse box. There should be 3 of them. And we can access it.
And then you can access the bolt back there. So that's actually pretty cool. And as he holds it, I'm gonna take the bolt out, pull it up. A pretty easy way to get it, have somebody pull the whole fuse box up while you get extenders underneath it and just start undoing it. Now you gotta take that little, come on, focus, homie. That little thing out. Ooh, careful, big dog. All that dust flying up. So this whole bracket, oh, look at that. There's one more thing right here, right?
Yeah, that's my eyes. My Asian eyes.
Oh, it's right here. It's this one right here. It's on the bottom.
I try to do it at an angle so you can see.
I can see it, dude. There you go. All right, that whole bracket came out. Dude, looking at it now, like actually that's pretty smart. Put all that stuff right here. But this is the shore ram intake from AEM, and then this is the Skunk2 tubing. Like this, that's the tubing that, look at that. Like there's a huge difference when it comes down to comparing both of them. This is gonna make some different power going. Do you have your flashlight with you? Here, I'll just use the phone, it's fine. So real quick, guys, right here, oh, that's better right there. So check this out. Kevin, you wanna see it? So everybody was thinking it goes on top, but you actually have to lift it from the bottom. Focusing. Camera tends not to, there you go. So he's gonna be pretty much feeding it underneath. The whole bracket lifts up a little bit, and the new bracket that Skunk2 provides you for the ECU mounting goes underneath it. So you wanna show him real quick? See how he went underneath? There you go. Lift it. A lot of people think it goes on top. It goes underneath. And now you should be able to line up the top one that's right there. You wanna point, there you go. Right there. And the bottom one right there. Finger tighten them, that way you can have wiggle room. Real quick, just to give you guys a brief rundown, we ended up loosening up that bolt back there that connects this whole bracket so that we could line that up perfectly. If you're having trouble lining this up with this bolt like we did, loosen that one up, pull the fuse box back up a little bit, line everything up accordingly, put it on, and then just finger tighten it for now. In the meantime, in the future, don't forget to tighten it back down. That same way that we installed that bracket in the back, guys, I'm not gonna take it back out because it was a pain. That's the new Skunk2 bracket that you need to use. That goes back in there, it's the angled one. And we pretty much just had to put it in the exact same way. I think you can tighten it up now.
Yeah, you
need the actual thing. You need the ting. So as I hold this in place, so we went underneath all of that. And again, we lifted the fuse box back up. Do yourself the favor, guys. All the bolts that you take off for each piece, put them in their own separate pile next to, like, let's say the ECU bolts. Put them next to the ECU bolts. That way you know which are which. Right now, the next step, we're gonna be putting the ECU back onto the new bracket, hook everything back on, and screw everything in place. All right. So, oh, dude, but look at how it's angled right here. Like, you can't. It's gonna break. Look at how it's angled. It's like, yeah, because this can't go back there. Do you want to explain what you did, Kevin?
move the fuse box out of the way. This wire was originally, well, disconnected this.
So pretty much this was on this side, feeding it through right here. We unclipped a lot of things in the back to move it over to give more wiggle room for the fuses right here, because it was actually not being able to connect with this. So now we're gonna go ahead and try to connect everything back. Also keep in mind, the zip tie that was back there holding this cable, we cut it so that this had more leverage, because then it was gonna strain the cable the entire time. So before it was back here, now it's actually right here now. Made a huge difference. Another thing you guys gotta look out for, this bracket was pushed in. So, wanna hold the camera like that? It should be filming. I literally had to bend these out so that these holes fit in the bracket right here. So, before you guys put it on, before you guys put this on the car, line this up with the ECU outside of it. That way you guys can make sure that it's already lined up before you even put it in there. So all of our mess-ups, we're gonna show it so that you guys can correct it on your guys' installs. So yeah, now it's lined up perfectly. We had to caveman that. There's 3 of these bolts. Come on. There you go. There you go. There's 3 of these bolts that were in the bag. Nuts, my bad. That we just need to feed them in the back, because with the original bracket, Kevin had a point. They pretty much had built-in nuts into them. So the screws that go into the bracket held onto this. There's nothing holding onto it in the back, so we're gonna go ahead and use these ones right here. You know, the messed up part is the bolts don't really, the instructions don't really tell us what bolts go where. It just tells us to figure it out on your own pretty much. So what was that, the coolant reservoir? Is that what it was called?
Coolant reservoir.
That thing right there. There you go, that thing right there. So we took that out. It does say to drain the coolant, but I mean, I don't need to drain the coolant because I didn't have any in my car. So, I mean, luckily Kevin's gonna let me borrow some.
Borrow? I'll let you have it.
Oh, there you go. I was gonna return it tomorrow. So yeah, just make sure you guys don't make a mess. Only a little bit came out from right there, so wiggle it out, take the whole thing out, and just have it sitting somewhere where you won't lose it so we can move on to the next step. Hey. Next one, guys, we need to take out the actual battery tray right here. The bottom bolt, it was a 12 millimeter.
I don't know if there's another one. I only felt one.
The video only showed me one, so I'm hoping that there's only one. So we took 3 on top, right there, right there, and right there.
Nope.
There's one more?
Right here, I found it.
You found the other one?
One directly under here, and one directly under here.
Okay, I'm standing on the side of the cart too, guys. That way you guys can see what I'm talking about.
These two right here.
So right there and right there, where his pinky and his index finger are. So on the video, a lot of good people lifted the car up, but they didn't even take out the bumper. Yeah, we took out the bumper for better clearance, and we're just fooling around for the bolt to take the whole thing out. And again, guys, remember, they're 12s. The 3 sizes that we're using a lot for this install are the 10 millimeter, the 12 millimeter, and the 14 millimeter.
That's all you need to take apart Hondas.
Pretty much. There you go. Just be careful, guys, when you take that out. Just put it right there. These are all the parts that were still in the car. So this is everything that we're pretty much replacing, guys. And look at that, there's nothing there now. So now we gotta figure that, how to put it right there or something.
Should go back in the same exact place.
It's not gonna go in the exact same place. It's gonna
really?
go somewhere higher.
Oh yeah, it's a relocator.
Yeah, it's a relocator, not a...
Oh, I see.
All right, we'll figure it out right now. Hold up. There you go, it's recording. So, we're gonna actually have to take out this grounding right here, guys. Down there. So, this is gonna come out. We're gonna install the coolant reservoir bracket in it, and then we're gonna pretty much put it back on. So, this is all the way down here.
Put this bracket on.
Put that bracket on. So, like that? Or like that? Or like that? Is it? I think it's like that. Where's the?
Yeah, right here. Right here. Look.
Hey, that's how. No. That's how it goes. Okay, so you're pretty much gonna shove this in there. Like, what the? Really?
Something like that.
Something like this. Yeah.
We'll make it fit.
Oh, we always gotta make it fit. Just use a little spit, and then it'll always fit. Ow. Okay, so it's gonna go like this. So like this, all the way back down. All right, Kevin. Oh. Okay, so Kevin had a good point. When you guys are gonna be installing this part right here, that piece that he's pointing at, we're gonna have to bend it out because when you try to connect it to the bracket, it's just gonna be hitting it. So, I don't know if I can get it right there. Yeah, it's just gonna be hitting it. So you gotta bend that small piece out just slightly.
So it'll sit flush.
Pretty much.
There you go.
And that's it. Dude, that's the only thing I don't like about Hondas. There's no like engine workspace. Like this sucks. All right, it's there you go. It's right there. So make sure you guys put that straight, tighten it all up, and then that's gonna go on it right there.
Wiggle it.
Yeah, that should be good. And that's it. Like that's all we had to do. Cause this was through there, right?
Yeah,
but then that's just gonna go straight up there like that. Okay.
There you go.
All right, guys. Another step, don't forget, drain the coolant. So that's what we're doing right now. We're using some party supplies because we can. So drain the coolant before anything. That way you can get it out of the way. Is that it?
I'm not gonna drain all of it, just enough so it doesn't leak too much out of this hose up here.
Oh, okay. Good. Oh, nice. None came out. So then we should be able to take that out now, right? No, huh?
The engine's full of coolant right now. So we could put the hose down.
So if you take that out a little bit, it's gonna come out, huh?
Yeah, you can hear it.
Sounds like you're... So real quick, everybody obviously knows that you need to drain the coolant to this car because there's some coolant in the engine and then there was some coolant right here in the radiator. Kevin had the idea of draining some from the radiator, just enough so that when you pull the radiator hose out, it doesn't drain from the top. Now from the engine, that was the tricky part. he pretty much like some spilled in there, but that's fine. We'll clean it up and wipe it down.
Not much.
It's not a lot, but he had the idea of pretty much using that as a funnel and draining it, feeding it from there to there. So like, you know what I mean? So it's out. That's all we pretty much took out. So now we're just gonna add this radiator hose now that we can get this out of the way. So the way it's gonna go, it's gonna be angled. So if the bottom part is angled, that means it's the right one because the intake's gonna be going from there all the way down.
Yeah.
So that's how it is. We need to get the clamps from there. Oh, dude, I see why they would say that it was hitting. Look at that.
Wow.
The shifter cables, because this moves with it. That's why people
would hit this.
Yeah, that's what people are saying, that the shifter cable hits it as they're shifting. Oh, it's more coming out, so you gotta put the coolant in there now. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Ooh.
It's fine. We rinse it off.
Yeah, don't do what we did. Just make sure you guys drain it properly. We spilled some in the engine bay. So real quick, guys. Grab that. Go to first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, reverse.
Does it push down?
No, all the way to the right and back. Nope. Oh yeah, there is, but when you're driving it locks out. Not when, do it again? It's not hitting it anymore.
I bent it out of the way.
You bent it out of the way?
But it's gonna move around.
It is gonna move around. One thing you guys gotta realize, this hose is gonna be hitting your shifting cables right here, and that's really bad because eventually over time it's gonna cut and you're gonna be spilling coolant everywhere. So something that we're gonna do is we're gonna zip tie this closer to the side, to the throttle body with these cables right here. That way it prevents it from bending back. Have somebody shift the car for you so you can just double check and make sure you're not hitting, because you don't want that to get cut. The zip ties made a huge difference. When you guys look at it, let me zoom in. There you go. Look at all that clearance I have now. Like, that is huge. There's nowhere that's gonna be touching anymore, because the point was for that right here, that kept hitting the radiator hose, and eventually that's why people's radiator hose kept getting cut and you weren't able to shift into place. So much better. All right, go ahead. Tell me what gear you're in.
First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, reverse.
Oh, perfect, dude. If I find a better, yeah, you had a point. If I find a better way to keep it stable right there, I will let you guys know and do an update video. But for now, I'm just gonna zip tie it so we can get this show on the road. So this was pretty much pushed in like that. You guys are gonna have to do it again. Bend it out about right there. And then these brackets right here, bend it in slightly.
Wait, it wasn't focused the whole time.
It's fine, it'll catch it. So I pretty much just bended this out a little bit the same way I did the other brackets, because they didn't line up perfectly to the OEM screw holes that they had. So now that's gonna get lined up in there. There's a hole on the bottom, one right there, that we're gonna have to figure out how to put on. Guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, installing this bracket down there is a real pain. You gotta line up these holes perfectly and it's not gonna work. And once you line it up, you gotta drill a hole into the subframe. Dude, we just drilled a hole into it because we needed to, obviously, but guys, this is a pretty difficult install. Yeah, we didn't have the right size, so
we used a 5/16.
we didn't. The directions say drill an 8mm or 21/64. We had a what? A 5 by what?
5/16.
5/16. It's the closest thing that we had. We just need something to hold it in place for now. It sucks because if it's not one thing, it's another. And the bracket couldn't go in place because the coolant reservoir was in place. So we took it back out again. Radiator hose is finally on. Like, it's a lot of work, guys. So this actual intake is a lot of work just to install. So it's in place?
Yeah.
Dude, that was pretty sick. We're not gonna take it back out. Fuck that. But
We're gonna have to screw the bolts in. Oh no, we can't.
No, we don't.
Because we need to leave it loose. Tell them we need to leave it loose so there's enough wiggle room so the coolant reservoir can fit in. Never mind, I just said it.
yeah, I'm not gonna explain something you just said.
So leave this bracket loose, the battery tray. Leave the 2 bolts on the bottom down here loose. And then right now I could just use an extension and screw it in or bolt it in from over here.
So instead of taking this off, we managed to pretty much shimmy it down there, covered of course, and now it's back in place in the bracket on the bottom. So again, that's why I said this is not going to be a really detailed install video. I highly suggest you guys jump back and forth from the Skunk2 to this one. Maybe that would help, because these directions do not help you whatsoever. The Skunk2 directions on the website, the Skunk2 directions on the video that they provide on YouTube, it's not as informative. It tells you what to do, but then there's also 3 more steps to that 1 step, and they're not telling you that. So giving you a heads up. What'd you find? What is that?
Oh no, I ripped the wings off.
Is that a bee? That's the bee that was in my car the other day.
Really?
Out of nowhere, I just say go shoop and go inside the air vents. Let's tighten everything down and connect that back up there then. Okay, so huge step. Now we're gonna put the last bolt right there on that one. Obviously we're gonna line it up. We just need to, there you go, now it's lined up. All we need to do is put this piece, where you at? Kevin! I'm gonna drop a bunch of stuff in my engine bay.
Into that hole.
That goes in that hole, and on the bottom, you're not gonna screw it in like that. You gotta get the nut here.
Oh no, it's because it wasn't perfect size. Let me just see if it'll fit in. If not, then
No, what you're gonna, well, regardless of what you're gonna end up doing is.
Yeah, I know. Use this.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to fit it in right now. It's not fitting in, so I'm gonna have to use a drill bit again. Like bent wiggle it around the thread.
But it made the hole bigger.
Yep, fits now.
Yeah, it does fit.
You vacuum it.
Oh, hold on, you got the cable on the bottom. So keep in mind, I do have a sound system in the car, so I do have a bunch of extra cables in the engine bay that is unnecessary. You didn't even turn it on. Especially, what size was that nut?
13 millimeter.
It was a 13 millimeter. The nuts that they provide you from Skunk2, they're 13 millimeters. The ones that pretty much add on to the bottom of the tray, that's right there. Right there. So how he's doing it, underneath the car, scoot out. Underneath the car through there, goes in, and with a bunch of extensions, we do magic. Now we gotta do the back ones, and those are 12s?
Yup. Or yeah, 12s.
Kevin had a point. It's a huge relief knowing that the nut is going in after all the struggles that we've been doing today.
Oops.
Huge step forward for mankind when installing a Skunk2 intake.
The bolt is still blocked.
Bro, Skunk2, man, what the fudge? And that's when everybody's gonna go, you should have gone with hybrid. With K-Tune. Man, for the price that I got for this, I'm fine. Wiggle the tray. That's pretty secure. Like, I think we're fine. I don't think we need to do any more. I'll hold that for you. Next step, guys, install this bracket right here.
Flat side facing towards engine.
Yeah, towards the engine, there you go. That's the intake bracket that goes on right onto the battery.
It's adjustable too, so I'll just leave it like that for
Leave it like that for now until we need to put the battery back on.
Yeah. Come on, what?
I'm trying to take, oh, there it is, okay. Yeah, you were stuck in there. Take this out. Okay, so huge update, guys. This is already at 18. Hold that, thank you. This is already ready. Already ready. All we're gonna do now, we just put it in right there. Put it in right there. This goes fed all the way down. We're gonna put the filter on through the bottom right here, through the fender liner, and we should be good to go. Then just pretty much put everything back in place. So, update, intake is. Piping is pretty much in. Now we just gotta put the battery on, and look who decided to show up. So we're in the right track. We tied that up right there. Now we're just gonna go ahead and tighten everything else up. We're gonna try the shifting again, just to make sure everything's in place.
It's kind of, you know, small.
You gotta shove it in, dude.
Stretch it out.
You gotta stretch out the hole.
Put some lube on it.
Yeah. Oh, dude, video's gonna be intense.
The
but
battery goes down there?
yeah.
Fuck, it's tiny.
Well, it's the same thing.
What's this?
That's the ECU.
Oh. That wasn't there before, was it?
It was literally right here. All we did was move it up.
About this length?
About so. So just mark it up. Just cut it with your cutters right there, dude. Yeah, I was gonna say cut a little more.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, it's not gonna cut it.
Told you I'll cut it.
Put the clamp on. We did end up just reusing the old one right there, guys. It's not a big deal. If it still works, it works.
Why wouldn't it work? It's just tubing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know how people reuse the new tubing.
Do this one.
Oh, smart. Okay. Don't want to just drop it in there, but I don't really have a choice.
If you had a handle like mine.
Yeah, I know. I don't have a handle. Okay, cool.
Oh, sweet.
Okay, so there's wiggle room in here. That's good. That's real good. Okay, so then this goes here.
Slide it into here first.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Sorry, coach. We are almost done, guys. What's this for then? What is this for then?
For other cars. For us. If different.
Oh,
body
maybe
size.
different throttle body spacer?
Yeah.
Guys, if this is for a different throttle body spacer, let me know. Oh, you know what? Maybe because some people get the J35 or J37 throttle body spacers. I'm hoping.
Is it gonna fit? Cause your fog lights might hit it.
We'll find out. A little bit.
All that work for that?
All right. You're just smiling. Installation is done. Kevin, thank you. Took a lot longer than expected. Look, the sun's not even out anymore. So Kevin was saying that we need to bleed the coolant, and because I can't get to the coolant reservoir without taking the whole thing off again, he's pretty much telling me to do this trick where all you do is just squeeze on the radiator hose every once in a while when the car is done cooling down after you drive it for a bit, and just wait for all the air to be coming back out. That way I don't get any air hot pockets in the radiator, pretty much. That way the car doesn't overheat randomly one day. If you guys know what I'm talking about, or that anything that he's talking about, comment down below and like help me out. That way I know if I'm doing this the right way. Pretty much I have to bleed the coolant, but I don't know of another way to do that. So yeah, I'm gonna put everything back onto the car. We have a lot of cleaning to do. I have a lot of cleaning to do, and I already have the program ready on Honda to where I'm gonna tune the car back to a base map tune for the intake, and then I'm gonna start looking for the custom tune like I've been mentioning before in the other couple videos. But I mean, that's pretty much it. I'm tired. We haven't eaten all day. Real quick, guys, just in case y'all were wondering if the filter was gonna be hitting against the fog lights, it's not. Everything already turns on, so we are good to go. And yeah, again, thank you all for watching this install video. We tried our best to describe everything to you, but as you can see, good intake, bad instructions, and I will let you guys know. I'll give you guys an update video of it tomorrow or another day on how the car is running and everything. So I'll see you guys in the next video. If you guys are new to this channel, please subscribe. It really does help me out. If you guys like the video, hit that like button. If anything else, I'll see you guys in the next video. You guys have a good day. Stay classy. Peace.